We're good.
We are live. Welcome, everybody to the live webinar tonight. Thank you for attending. My name is Mike Hale. I'm out here in Calgary, Alberta. And again, thank you guys so much for your attending. I'm just going to wait for this countdown to hit 0 above me, then we will get going. If you are watching live, please be sure to pop it in the chat box down below. Click on that Facebook link. And you can pop on with your Facebook account. Don't worry, we won't send you anything. If you pop on in the chat box, you will be able to ask us questions throughout our presentation tonight. So we are live now at zero bells. So guys, thank you for attending and welcome. If you are here, you are probably interested in starting up your own online business. So tonight we're going to be breaking down the exact formula that myself and literally thousands of others have used to start living their own life online, being able to travel, work from wherever, all just using the power of your computer. So I have a very special presentator here tonight. This guy is essentially the wizard of the online world. And prior to starting up his business, he was just a normal everyday person. He's going to be sharing you a bit about a story with you tonight. He used to deliver pizzas and he went off to college and got a degree, but that wasn't the life for him. Wasn't interested in living the 9 to 5 life or working for somebody else. And tonight he is going to be sharing with you our exact blueprint that you can take and you can implement to be starting up your own online business. So I know this guy's always bouncing around the globe. Without further ado, I'm going to ask him to come out. Mr. Rob Brodigan, how are you doing tonight, my man?
Hey, Mike. How's it going, dude? Appreciate you having me out here. And I'm just getting things sorted, just finishing off some finishing touches on these slides over on my other monitor right here. Mike, I know your other monitor died on you, so you got to get a new cable on Amazon. Aren't you grateful to have one, though? Because all you need is one screen to run your business. So, guys, I'm going to pull up let's see, we've got a live webinar page. So I should be able to see all of your comments down below if you're watching on our website right now. Mike, how's the audio and video coming through over on my end here?
Crisp and clean, my man, crisp and clean.
Perfect. All right. So, guys, if you can let us know who's popping on, let us know where you're coming in from down in the chat. Why don't I do this? Let me see. I see Mike, Elise, Sasha. All right. I see Bianca. All right. So, guys, if you can all log in, you can log in with either Facebook or Twitter. If you're on desktop, it'd be super easy. If you're on mobile, you can chat there as well. I'm actually going to sign in myself and say what's up. If you guys can let us know, where are you all watching from right now? I'm from Connecticut myself. Mike, I know you're from a little small town up in British Columbia called Nelson. Is that right?
That is correct. Born and raised. Not living there, though.
Living in Calgary now, supporting the Boston Celtics per your hat. So I see Bianca from Washington, D.C. Let me just comment down below. What's up, everyone? Live now. Be sure to refresh your screens and click on join session. All right, so that's for everyone that is just on the page for some reason and not watching us live yet. So I see Elise from Perth, Ontario. Awesome. Bianca from Washington, D.C. I see Matt and Sasha, Mike, Rob. All right, cool. So we got a bunch of people popping on right now. Just let us know where you're coming in from throughout the web class. Sasha from Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. I'm from down in southern Connecticut, Sasha, so about a 4-hour drive from Philly. Guys, let us know at this point. I want to hear a little bit more about what exactly is going on in your life right now that has you wanting to start a business online. Let us know. Let us know if you have any experience already, if you've worked with some coaches, some mentors in the past, if you've plugged into any kind of business models online, what books you're reading, what courses you've taken, what experience do you have right now? Let us know down below. And I'd really like to jump into some slides that we put in place for you and tend to this this web class, attend this presentation based off of your experience, based off of exactly what you guys already know and want to know. I see Matthew from Calgary, Alberta. That's awesome, man. Right, probably in the same city as Mike, yeah?
What up, Matt? I'm in Marda Loop.
Marda Loop, that sounds like another planet. All right, so, all right, guys, let's dive right in. Let's dive right into our slides, and let's bring you through the simple 5 steps to freedom formula that we put in place to help. You know what? I got to fix that number. That is over 1,200. To help over 1,200 people that are, to replace their full-time wages with part-time hours online. Is the exact system and business model that we've been able to help well over 1,000 people now in the past 18 months or so, and how you guys can ride that wave as well. So I'm going to dive in and bring this over here, bring this here, and share screen. Bam. All right, we good. Full screen mode. All right, we're getting a nice black screen. So as soon as this thing loads up, guys, we'll be right with you. Let me pop on out for just 1 second. All right, so that's loading up. So I want to pull up my comments. There we go, perfect. All right. There we go, guys. All right, cool. So over the past 12 months, myself, Mike, and a bunch of other coaches and leaders within this community we've been naturally creating of over 1,000 now. We've helped 203 people make their first sale ever online, 87 make at least 5 figures online, 26 people quit their jobs. So my goals for this web class, guys, is instead of lecturing for the next 60, 90 minutes as a 6-figure earner myself, I'm going to share with you what took me personally over 6 years, tens of thousands of dollars to discover in order for me to crack this code on starting a real profitable business online. I'm also going to show you exactly what you need to know to make your first dollar online as well, share some of my personal failures and successes along the way. My second goal of the evening is to share with you the same exact opportunity that hundreds of our clients, average people out there, just like myself and Mike were about a year, 2 years ago, how those average people are now taking advantage of a business model, now making $1,000, $5,000, even $20,000 months online while working just part-time online in their own business, right? And how you can do that as well using this 5 steps to freedom formula. So if you stay and when you stay all the way to the end, we're going to show you exactly how to copy our $1 million online sales system. It's kind of peeking behind me just on this monitor right here. All right, but let's not waste time today, everybody. Let's figure out, is this training actually right for you? All right. So who's this web class for? Well, this is for the people who want to start generating an income online rather than trading their precious time for a fixed salary. I'm going to explain to you how my time was stolen from me for 2 years, for 6 years, actually, in just a second. This is for the people who fell into a job right out of school and just kind of stuck with it because they didn't know what else to do. This is for the people who've tried to start businesses online in the past, but just ended up wasting time and money. It's for the average ones out there that just want to replace their 9-to-5 salary. And it's for the people who want the freedom to work from home, travel the world, or realistically do whatever the hell they want with these flexible lifestyles that normal people are now living more and more every single day. All right, we're seeing more and more job quitters every single day in the online world. So 4-Hour Workweek, Rich Dad, Poor Dad, these are books that if you guys have ever purchased these books, read these books, you guys are in the right, and never been able to find others like friends or coworkers or anybody, right, that have also read these guys, you are in the right place. Now, who is this not for? Well, this web class is about 60 minutes long, all right? We're live right now, and we don't want to waste anyone's time. So who is this not for? It's not for the person who's trying to buy money with money, right? This is not a lotto ticket. We're not selling lottery tickets over here. We're teaching real people how to make real money using the real internet, right? This is not for the people who want to click a button and get rich. without any work, right? This does not exist, guys. This is not for the person who's not willing to invest in themselves, not willing to invest time, money, energy, all right? It's not for those tire kickers, you know, the ones that are going to sit around all day, just kind of kick a bunch of tires and, you know, probably watch through this web class and then not apply anything come the end, right? My goal is to help you guys be able to plug in to a proven business model where you can start earning a real income by the end of this 60 to 90-minute web class. All right. So let's be real. Look at all the success stories out there, right? On the positive note, tens of thousands of people all around the world right now are living this internet lifestyle, right? And that's the last time we checked. It's got to be in the millions now, right? Guess what, guys? They all put in the work. So if you're not willing to put in the work, this is not for you. But if you are willing to get your hands dirty and put in a few hours of work per day, this is for you. We're going to show you what the truth is, what the reality is, and how people are actually making money online every single day. All right, guys? So just before we dive in, I've got a little confession to make. Even though I've helped hundreds of others earn an income online, and I personally make 6 figures per year in my business today, it wasn't always like this. So let me come on out of my screen share for a second, and you can see my face there. Yeah, perfect. So yeah, guys, it wasn't always like this. Just one second there. I just want to pull this thing over here. So guys, I grew up like a lot of kids did, right? I grew up in a little small town in Connecticut, and I started delivering pizzas when I was 16 years old, when I first got my driver's license. After that, I was told like almost my entire life, like, Rob, you cannot just be a delivery driver and deliver pizzas for $8 an hour. Yeah, I was getting some money for tips. So I was making a little bit more than $8 an hour after tips. But then the economy crashed. People still order pizzas, but people gave no money for tips. So I remember that kind of sucked. And my parents, my teachers at school, they were all telling me like, Rob, you cannot just deliver pizzas. You need to go to college and get a job. So like the other 300 or 400 or so in my high school, like my graduating class then, they like, I don't even know what percentage of people went off to college, but a lot of them, right? Hundreds went off to college. And I was like, well, I guess that's the next step, right? Because I don't make enough money delivering pizzas. Everyone's going to college, right? So everyone's going to get that step up on education. I might as well, right? So I went off to school for 4 years, 4.5 years actually. And I went off to school for engineering, got out, and I got this nice big piece of paper. It looks something like this. It was about this size. It said like my name right here. There's a nice big like gold seal here, a nice signature there. And it said University of Connecticut. And I went off to UConn. I went off to University of Connecticut, which was like an hour drive from my house. It was cheap-ish at the time. It still cost a couple $100,000 like after school, after the 4 years, right, in total cost and everything. So it wasn't cheap, and it took 4 years of my life. And looking back at it now, I'm like, I'm super grateful like for everything that went down there, like all the people I met, the crazy parties I went to, right, all the beers I drank, right. Realistically, like, I mean, as an engineering major, I tried to go to class as little as possible and get the highest grades. I ended up getting C's in my first couple semesters, and then B's, and then some more C's, and then some more B's, right? A couple A's here and there. But I got out of school realizing the number doesn't matter. The number doesn't matter. The GPA doesn't matter. The degree barely matters, right? I got a job and I started learning completely different stuff than what I just learned for 4 years, right? So I'm thinking like, there's got to be a better way. I can't be the only one. So I got out and I joined the workforce, right? I'm going to jump back into my slides at this point and walk you guys through what happened next. So if I see some of you guys, I see Monica popping up from Austin, Texas. How's it going, Monica? I see Tony. I see Catherine. I see Greg, Rachel. Awesome, guys. So let me know if you guys are in like a similar position maybe right now, or you might about to be, or you just got out of college, or you've been out for 10 or 20 years, right? Let me know down below in the chat. If you're watching on our website, right? If you're watching on Facebook or YouTube, We'll get back to you at a later point there. But if you're watching on our website, let us know in the chat box below. I love to make these web classes as interactive as possible. All right, I see Tony from Salt Lake City, Utah. Yeah, guys, let me know like what position in life you are right now. Like, what really has you wanting to get started online? Let me know, what's your why? What's your line in the sand moment? What's that purpose sitting behind you right now? All right, so back over to the full screen mode. All right, there we go. So yeah, see, Bianca has graduated high school, now just working 9 to 5, right, Bianca? So that's another path that a lot of people go through is they don't even go off to school, right? So here we go, right? Felt into this life. I had no say in actually creating. All right, here I am doing pizzas. Here I'm graduating college, playing hockey just for fun. All right, and I was still living with my parents at 24 years old. So that was 3 years ago. I was like, damn, I gotta make a change, right? So what did I do? I Googled how to make money online. I literally Googled this probably 100 times within the course of the first year that I was sitting in a cubicle now after college. No more delivering pizzas. Now I'm sitting in a cubicle on a laptop thinking this is kind of crazy. Laptops are meant to be all portable, right? I want to bring mine to the beach, but I'm stuck in a damn cubicle. All right, so the 272 million results, guys. For me, this Google search was an information overload. Comment Google down below. Guys, if you can all comment Google, if you've Googled something like this before, how to make money online. All right, I see Tony coming on. I have 2 kids. I'm a single mom, just moved out of state, working from home, need more income. All right, Tony, you're in the right place. Catherine graduated in 2003, small business owner working from home. Awesome, Catherine. What exactly do you do in your small business? Do you run it online at this point, or is it more of an offline business that you run from home? Let us know. Monica graduated did the 9 to 5 and left everything to travel the last year and a half, refused to go back. Awesome, Monica. Absolutely amazing. We've got dozens, if not hundreds, within our little community over here that are in the same kind of place, right? Is whether they, I see your comments in Google, right? Whether they ended up just traveling right after school and refusing to go back to any kind of normal 9 to 5 society, or they decided to get their businesses up and running with us, a CEO movement, and then earning an income, reaching a point where they can quit their jobs and travel and then never go back to that society. So Tony, I also run my own online business from home. Awesome. All right, we got some talent and skill in the house. All right, so I could probably skip through this, guys, because if you guys all run your own businesses, or some of you at least, you probably know that when you first get started, it's not all unicorns and rainbows. It's not the nicest thing. It's not the easiest thing out there, right? Personally, I tried a bunch of stuff: YouTube, blogging, niche websites, drop shipping, affiliate marketing, Amazon, right? I'll show you that in just a second. I was aimless, guys. I didn't really have a sense of direction when I first started, but then I found something that was super, super powerful for me. I was scrolling through Facebook like a couple of years ago, and I saw one of those sponsored ads, right? I was thinking, like, who actually posts these sponsored ads? And then I clicked on it. I started doing my research, right? I don't know if you guys have done something like this before. I started really looking in to some of the people that were advertising, because I was trying to figure out my own, like, okay, it costs money to run these ads on Facebook or Instagram. Like, the people that are sponsoring these ads, they are paying Facebook money. They're literally every single day, every time I see an ad, they're paying a couple of cents or a couple of dollars. I'm like, millions of people have to be seeing these ads right now. It can't just be me, right? I mean, like 131,000 views on this video, right? That's like hundreds of thousands of dollars just on the ads. So I was like, all right, they must be making money, right? It can't just be a bunch of bullshit, right? It can't just be scams like everything I thought the internet was. So I clicked on one of these ads, right? This is the actual one that I clicked on. I watched a couple of videos. I joined up. Inside, I found this pretty secret community of entrepreneurs working together. Some of them brand new, some of them were making 10 grand a month and more. I saw some people making 20, 30 grand a month. So this was all new to me. I didn't know that these types of groups existed. And personally, since I tried all those things, right, I kept trying. I felt like I was so close to the finish line, to like finally making my first 5K month online, and then my first 10K month online. But I knew I was missing one little thing, is a real-time feedback, a mentor. So here's myself, one of my good friends and business partners who now works within CEO Movement with me, right? And we're on a call with some guys that have made millions and millions of dollars online. And it wasn't cheap to get started working with them, right, to have this call. But at the end of the day, I made my first $10,000 month online within the first 6 months of working with them. It cost $1,200 just to get started, but hey, paid off quickly. So at that point, I literally told my boss, I cannot afford to work here anymore. And that was it. I gave him my 2 weeks notice. I was out that Friday. It only took 4 days for me to leave my cubicle lifestyle. So I retired at 25 years old, right? And I did 6 figures in income in my first year ever online, first 12 months. And then I started traveling. So here I am right here. A bunch of guys and girls were out in Thailand last year. Here we are meeting up in Southeast Asia. Myself, you see Mike, who opened us up on this web class right here, along with some other guys. We got Shannon and Kevin down below, flying around the world, renting out beautiful houses with infinity pools. This is in Southern California for one of our leaders retreats at the end of last year. So how does this all help you guys? Well, we got to update this number, but we have over 1,200 people now, average normal people that are getting their businesses up and running. A lot of them quitting their jobs, a lot of them earning real money online, like in the thousands of dollars per month range. And now what I do is I focus on helping others. I focus on helping our 1,200 plus students how to personally copy my results, how to model my success, how to overcome fears and doubts of going full-time online. How many of you guys, let me know down below, are fearful? Comment fearful down below if there's a little cell in your body that's a little bit afraid of going full-time online and completely earning all your income just by using a computer. Let me know. Comment fearful down below or doubtful down below, right? So also how to work part-time hours while traveling the world full-time, right? It does sound like kind of crazy, right, guys? I know it does, but it's possible. And I want to show you what is possible. I don't want to teach you how to, go get have a better interview so you can get a $2 raise. I want to teach you how to make $1,000 a day, right? Now, you're not going to start making $1,000 a day from the very, very beginning, right? But I'm going to teach you throughout this web class how possible it is and how probable it is when plugged into a business model that actually works, right? That you can start generating a real income up to a point where you replace your job, right? And then onwards and upwards. So let's see right here. I see Bianca, not afraid, 100% committed. Awesome, Bianca. That's what we're looking for, is serious people, committed people, people that are willing to take the required steps from here to here, right? Our goals as coaches right now on this web class, right, and after as well, I'm going to show you guys a really cool offer that you guys will be able to join up with CEO Movement, is to figure out where you guys are right now, figure out where you are here and where you want to be, and help you bridge that gap as quickly as possible, right? Give you guys that staircase, right? Give you that staircase, right? And Bianca saying, not afraid, 100% committed. If we show you the staircase, are you committed to take every single step? Some of them are going to be big-ass steps, right? You're going to have some big obstacles on some of those steps, right? But if you knew what was at the end of that staircase, would you continue every single day, right? That's the definition of committed. Oliver, a little fearful. Tony, fearful but ready. Catherine, just a bit. Matthew, I'm doubtful but willing to give 100%. I want to live on beaches and make money while living, right? So Matthew, you have your why, right? Your why is you want to live on beaches and make money while living. Now, Matthew, is there anyone else you'll be able to personally help when you're making your living online, other than just yourself. I mean, dude, it's amazing to take your phone and walk down the beach barefoot and like get on a call, right? Or send out a voice message or just text someone, right? Or go live on Facebook or go live in our Facebook community, stuff like that, right? That stuff's really cool. But what I really focus on, like, here's the thing, guys, is once you start making the money's cool and everything, but it's the people that you can actually help, right? It's the people you can influence, the people's lives that you could change. Whether right now it's just your close family, your relatives, your parents, your kids, right? Everyone's got parents. Some people have kids, right? Can you help them out like immediately? And then what's the next thing you can do? Because the money's going to get boring if you keep making it on your own and you got no one to share it with. It's not as much fun, guys. All right. Greg says, I'm ready. Tired of working 9 to 5. All right, guys. So here we go. Let's dive in. Let's dive right in. So secret number 1, we're going to walk through 5 secrets over the next 30 minutes or so, guys. All right. And these are the secrets. These are the identical secrets that are responsible for hundreds of average people that we've helped change their lives in the past 12 months. So if you want to be on the list of the next, pay attention. Now is a great time to grab a notepad. We're going to dive into some pretty technical but pretty fun stuff right now, guys. So pay very close attention. Secret number 1, got to start with an irresistible offer, right? Got to start with something to actually sell. So a lot of people think, I need to invent my own product in order to make money online. Remember this from earlier on, guys, this Amazon thing? I had this great idea how to start buying products from China, selling them in America. It took me months and thousands of dollars to get started, but I finally made my first sale, right? Just to make it very straightforward, I got up and running on Amazon with my product, and I made my first $15.99. I was like, well, that's awesome, but I just spent 18 grand, and my goal was to make double that, right? Okay, so they're not selling fast enough. Now, some of you guys may be wondering what I'm actually selling online at that point. This is 3 years ago. Right here, I have my little tank top in the summer out at my parents' house. So I needed to figure out what was going on. So I was selling office supply. It was like a little plastic product that I sold, and a lot of companies bought them for, it was basically in the office supply category or subcategory on Amazon, right? And I, more and more people started selling them, so I needed to lower my price. And in the end, I lost money. And I had a conclusion that my product was not irresistible, right? I was selling a little weird, cheap piece of plastic that was boxed up in cardboard boxes from China. I was trying to sell them for $16 in America when you could probably get them for $10 at like Staples or something. So what is an irresistible offer? Well, for you guys, I want you to take a shortcut instead of, buying a bunch of plastic crap on the internet and trying to sell it, right? I'm gonna give you guys a shortcut. Well, you need 2 things. 1, the offer, the product itself. You need to sell something in order to make money. Would you agree with that? In order to make money, someone needs to give you money for something of value, and that is called selling. All right? When you go to the grocery store, they sell you groceries. When you go to the doctor, they sell you medical advice, right? It's a product or a service, all right? So we call it the offer online. Secondly, you got to make sure it's irresistible, all right? So let's walk through both of these. Number 1, you need to have an offer, a product. Lots of people think making money is just clicking buttons on the internet. There's a little bit more to it. There's some, thinking to be done. So you need to have some sort of exchange of value for money, right? You literally need to get people to say, that offer is worth more than my money, right? You guys go to the store, you pick up a new shirt or a new pair of shoes or a new pair of sunglasses, or you go get a coffee for $4 or $5, right? Some people buy coffees for $6 and $7. Some people go buy beers and rounds of shots for, $10, $12, $15 for a single shot, right? But there's a certain type of person that literally says $15 is, or that cocktail or that shot or that coffee is worth more than my $5 or $10 or $15, right? So you need to get people to say that. Now, we don't sell coffee or alcohol on the internet, right? We sell real, tangible products, physical products, but we don't do any of the shipping. We don't do any of the packaging, the handling, and none of that stuff. And I'll explain that in just a second. So some of you might already have something to sell online. It might be a physical product, a digital product, right? I know we get, I see Catherine up above. She's creating a small brand and selling on Amazon. Awesome, Catherine. I see Oliver graduated a few years ago, ready to change my routine and get headed on some new challenges. Awesome, man. I see Monica's Googled how to make money online a dozen times before. I see Tony already runs her own business online from home. So some of you might already have something to sell. You might have a successful network marketing business or an unsuccessful one. You might have a successful or unsuccessful affiliate marketing or drop shipping business, an offline brick and mortar business. It's an old fashioned offline business, right? Whether you run it from home or not. If you don't, that is fine, because we're going to show you guys exactly what our 1,200 plus members do use within our community, the offers that we do promote and market and sell online, the same offers that have allowed some of our newest members to make over $1,000 in their first month, over $1,000 on their first sale. Okay, so we'll dive into that towards the end. Now, we got an offer. Let's make sure it's irresistible. So it's not just good enough, right? Not just good enough to have an offer. It needs to be irresistible. People really need to like your product. And the truth is, like, honestly, guys, when people want to buy your stuff, it makes everything so much easier. No convincing, right? No proving to people like how awesome your thing is, right? No shoving it down their throats, just literally laying it out in front of them. And as long as it's irresistible, they're going to come through and they're going to buy it, right? At the end of the day, an irresistible offer is something that will provide anybody a sustainable long-term business model and long-term money as well, right? Look at McDonald's, for example. As unhealthy as that food is, it's delicious, right? It's irresistible to a lot of people. Unfortunately, a lot of people are addicted to it, but it's an offer. They can pay money for a cheeseburger and fries and a Coke, right? And a lot of people, it's irresistible. So it's a sustainable long-term business model for the owners, right? So let's do a little recap, guys, here. Here is secret number one. If you're taking notes, I really hope you are taking notes. We're going to dive into secret number two right now. So now that we have this offer, we need to find people that will buy the offer, that will buy the product, right? So we call these people online an audience, all right? So for example, we've all gotten calls from telemarketers, right? Selling like cable TV packages, internet, solar panels, stuff like that, right? What's the one thing they all have in common? They call everybody, all right? Now you're probably getting the text from them too, right? I know that's been like an absolute plague of just text message. Telemarketers call them that, right? Now, regardless of if you want to buy their stuff or not, they will call you, they will text you, they will email you, they will do everything. In reality, I'm sure that these roofs and windows and solar panels, TV packages, internet upgrades, I'm sure this stuff is good, right? I'm sure it's a great product, but like their old-fashioned approach, guys, is time wasting. It's seriously inefficient. So it's like blindly throwing darts at a dartboard, right? You don't want to hurt this dog, all right? So there's two types of markets out there. One being the perfect market, the perfect audience, the people that are very likely to buy your products. Two is everybody else. It doesn't matter how hard you try, but it's like trying to sell dog food to a cat owner, a beef hamburger to a vegetarian, a coffee machine to kids, right? There's no kid that wants to buy a $5,000 or $3,000 espresso machine, right? Trying to convince the wrong people to buy something they don't want just doesn't work. It's painful. It's a waste of time. Are you with me on this, guys? Comment with me down below if you are with me. I see Sasha's definitely with me. Number one is start an irresistible offer. Awesome, Sasha. So here's the solution here, right? Is finding an audience or a market who is likely to buy your product, right? Okay, Rob, like sounds great in theory. How do you find the perfect buyer? Easier said than done, right? All right, cool. With me. Yup, awesome. So how do you find this audience? There's no better place to start than Facebook, right? And guys, Facebook owns Instagram, and they have for a few years. You guys know that, right? So Facebook has 2.2 billion people active on their website, on their app, every single month, right? The number has never declined. It is nonstop increasing, you know? Instagram just hit 1 billion daily active users, right? So now you got over 2 billion people on Facebook, over 1 billion people on Instagram. That's a pretty good place to start if you ask me, right? So here's the deal, guys. There's two ways people use Facebook and Instagram and LinkedIn and Twitter and Snapchat and Pinterest, Google Plus, whatever that is, right? So, and YouTube, right? So there's two ways people use all of these social medias. One is to pass time, and trust me, guys, I'm guilty. I've done this, right? I did this last night. I did it this morning for a couple of minutes, right? When I had my 9-to-5 job sitting in a cubicle, man, I did this all the time, right? But now this is what I do. So here I am sitting by a little infinity pool. I'm on the same laptop that I was using in my cubicle. I'm just using social media now in another way, right? So let me teach you guys how. That's why we're all here, right? So this is the Facebook Ads Manager. Everyone's got one, right? You've seen those sponsored posts, right? This is how you use them to make you money. Everybody has a Facebook account. Well, everybody that has a Facebook account has this for free, okay? It's called ads. It's called Facebook ads, all right? Do a quick Google search for it. You're going to find millions of results and millions of people using it, millions of businesses using Facebook ads. So all you do is you tap the little arrow on the top right of your screen when you're on Facebook. You click on Create Ads, and up is going to pop an ads manager. You're going to have to set up an account if you're doing it for the first time. You're going to come right into something that looks like this. Now, in an ads manager, you could target a specific audience. Very specific. I'm going to show you on the next slide. Now, this is great for the average Facebook user, because how many of you guys have seen ads before? Like, oh my God, why are they putting this thing in front of my eyes? Get that out of here. How do I just block all ads, right? Now, I used to say that, but then I realized that I only don't like seeing the ads that don't like jive with me, that don't help me out in my life, right? But people love seeing ads for their interests, right? I grew up playing hockey, right? I grew up playing hockey, and I like to travel, and I used to be an engineer, right? So I used to see ads for engineering, right? Once I quit my job, I stopped getting those ads, luckily, right? And then I started traveling. So I started getting more ads pertaining to travel, like best locations to travel. Like, do you need a new drone for your travels? Like deals on hotels and flights and stuff like that, right? People love seeing ads for their interests, but they don't like seeing the wrong ads, right? Again, guys, don't advertise dog food to a cat owner, all right? So here's how you actually use Facebook ads. First thing, you can choose where you actually want to do business. Secondly, you can choose who buys your product. So look at this. You could choose the location. Right now I have United States and Canada selected, right? We work with a lot of people out in Australia, New Zealand, in the UK. A lot of people in the UK, a lot of people in Europe, right? Majority in the US and Canada, right? But literally wherever in the world you are, wherever you realistically want to do business, we're going to show you guys how you can run ads there. I'm from a little small town in Connecticut, right? So I can run an ad just to a zip code and just put that ad in front of 500 people or 1,000 people. Or I can show you guys how to run an ad to the entire United States, all of Canada, and you're touching hundreds of millions of people with that ad, all right? So let's see it in action. For example, let's say we picked US, Canada, we picked the gender, all men or women, we picked all age and languages, right? So let's see it in action. Let's say we're selling this $3,000 espresso machine, this nice fancy like stainless steel one. It makes the milk foam and everything, right? It's pretty badass. Now, we came up with an idea. We got in touch with the company here, right? And we said, hey, can we sell your machines? We'd like to sell your machines. How much are you willing to pay us? And they're saying, okay, we'll pay you 10% per machine. All right. So for every $3,000 machine, we make $300, right? Now, all I need to do is find people out there on Facebook, on Instagram that want to buy this machine for less than $300. And then the profit is all mine, right? So let me show you how this works. What's the first thing I would do? I would go to interests. Check this out. You can select people's interests. So Starbucks, good place to start, right? 50,240,820 people, when I took this screenshot, are interested in Starbucks. That's people that either like the Starbucks page on Facebook, on Instagram, they like other pages related to coffee, right? So 50 million people, right? You guys think you have enough of an audience now, right? For anyone that runs an offline business of some sort, right? Do you wish that if you could just keep your door open all day, 50 million people would walk through over the course of a week, a month, a year, whatever it might be, right? That's a lot of people. That's a lot of customers, right? So what do? We select interests that actually match our irresistible offer. The espresso machine is our offer. We pick interests that match. We can even dig deeper. So we have the same coffee lover Starbucks coffee up here. Let's say, and also they own a new home, or also they're a homeowner, right? Because maybe they need a nice new, they've got a nice new granite countertop, so they need a nice new coffee machine. All right, so our potential reach went down a little bit, but it's still at 31 million people. Right? It's given us the ability with a few bucks a day, right? Now, Facebook ads is free to get started, but to actually run your ad and deliver it, we call it, in front of, hundreds, thousands, tens of thousands of people, it's going to cost some money. So for a few bucks a day, you can get started and take a look. Like some of the reach here, you can reach 5,000 people to 30,000 people on a daily basis. You get 170 people plus clicking on your website. Right? It's just a numbers game at a certain point, guys, right? There's a huge audience of potential buyers. How quickly can you get in front of all of them, right? Or how quickly can you get in front of millions of them? All right, guys, so I see everyone's with me for sure, with me in the chat below. So at this point, guys, does everything make sense? Let me know. Comment makes sense down below if everything's making sense. If you guys have any questions, let me know as well. I love questions, all right? So you found this perfect audience. What is the next step? So you've got secret 1, the irresistible offer. Secret 2 is you've matched the offer now to a targeted audience. Let's continue on to secret 3. Well, it's posting an ad in front of your audience. All right. Good. Greg, I see. Makes sense. Makes sense. Awesome. Awesome, guys. So good. Sasha, making sense. Good stuff. So a lot of people think, right? So this is secret 3, posting an ad in front of your audience, for all you taking notes. Now, most people think that, it's impossible to find people online that want to buy my products. The only way I'm going to succeed is bugging my family, my friends, right? I'm going to piss off my whole family, right? By just posting stuff on social media nonstop, right? I know we all have that friend or family member that does this kind of stuff or did this kind of stuff because it didn't work, right? Well, guys, there's a better way, all right? So how to use online advertising like a boss, all right? This is an actual ad that I have ran in the past. Look at this, 81,780 real people viewed it online, all right? Not my friends, not my family, not random people on the internet, but yes, strangers, but real targeted strangers, right? Who are actually interested in the products that I sell online, all right? Real targeted people. So I went to University of Connecticut, so I know that this stadium has about 40,000 people in it. So imagine an entire stadium of 40,000 that are all interested in your product. Let's say the espresso machine. They're all the most the biggest coffee addicts in America, right? Or in Canada, and they all gather into this stadium, right? And we're selling espresso machines. What do you think is going to happen, right? They're going to be opening up their wallets left and right. What if we put the ad on this big screen, right? And we gave them a great deal while we're at it. Personally, guys, I'd rather automate this process online than go offline door to door around the country, around the world to find those people. All right, so this is how it's all done. All right, so in 30 days, I ran this ad. All right, so for a 30-day time frame, I ran this ad. So let's take a look at some of the numbers. So this is your ads manager, right? It might look a little more confusing here, but trust me, guys, it's pretty straightforward, pretty basic stuff. All right, it might look foreign to you because you're used to Facebook for like memes of cats and, you know, little 1-minute videos of whatever, right? But in 30 days of running ads on Facebook, I spent personally, out of my pocket, can show you the credit card statement, $1,242. That's how much I spent, right? Now, by spending $1,242, my ad was shown to over 60,000 people. Almost 1,700 people clicked onto my website. 536 of those gave me their name and email. So it cost me, for every single person that gave me their name and their email address, it cost me $2.32, right, per person. But out of all of this, 12 people came through to purchase the products that I sell online. 12 people. And every time I make a sale, and I'm going to show you guys exactly how I do this, right? The same products that I sell, the same products that we work with inside of CEO Movement, I made almost $1,000 per sale here. I made $11,825. All right. So yes, it cost me $1,200, but I made almost $12,000. That's almost a 10x return on investment there, right? So of course, guys, if you're saying Rob, I don't have $1,200 right now, like that's okay, right? You can get started on Facebook for as little as $2 or $3 or $5 a day, right? So if you can put together $5 a day and you have a business model to work with, right? You guys have the ability to start seeing results like this, right? So this is the power of the internet versus a 9-to-5 job. This is me back and living my cubicle life, right? This is the last picture I took at work before I quit. Unfortunately, I didn't take any selfies then, right? I'd recommend you guys that all have jobs right now, take a bunch of selfies at work because you're going to use these pictures for something really powerful in a year, 2 years from now, right? Maybe less. All right. So this is how my cubicle life turned into real life in 2017, just a year later, right? So I spent about $1,000 and made about $12,000. It was a hell of a lot better than this cubicle life. I was working on a laptop on this freaking desk. I was like, why do I need to be in this air-conditioned office on a beautiful summer day, right? Like, get me outside. Get me on a laptop outside. So then we started testing this out with some of our clients, right? So, of course, some of you guys might be saying, like, and that's awesome. Everyone's saying it's making sense. So, of course, guys, if you have any questions, let us know. Now, some of you might be saying, Rob, that's really cool for you, but how about for me, right? Well, let me show you another example. Rich, for example, who just a year and a half ago, Rich was working as an electrician by trade. He was working 60, 70 hours per week. He's in his 40s, right? He has a family. He wanted his way out. So he started selling health and wellness products offline. So here he is holding one of his bottles of lotions and potions, we call it, right? We don't do this stuff. Rich was, right? He tried to do it door to door. His goal was simply to earn an income to provide for his family. His plan was to approach anyone in public with a beating heart, right? So he started doing like coffee shop meetings and presentations and showing people, you know, the product and how amazing it is and the business opportunity and how amazing it is, right? But his initial results was he was still struggling. He was spending a lot of time and he was making still less than $500 a month. And he wanted to come up with a full-time income to replace his successful electrician business. right? His back was in absolute agony. He was wiring houses for, the past 20 years, and he could barely bend over, right, to do his job, wire up a house, right, from bottom to top, top to bottom, right? Even with employees helping him out, it was difficult, right? He was working way too many hours. So he needed a new income, needed to find another way. So he started working with us at CEO Movement. He stopped trying to sell the random stuff door to door to anybody and everybody, right? Offline. And he started selling the recommended products, right? We're going to show you guys the end. He started selling these recommended products to a targeted audience online, kind of just how we just explained, right? He started placing ads similar to us. Guys, he started working smart, not hard. Have you heard this saying before? Work smart, not hard, right? In school, we're taught to work hard. We're literally taught to work hard, not smart, right? Do as much things as you can do. Write a 30-page paper, right? It doesn't matter what it says. Just make sure it's 30 pages. Screw that. I'm going to write a 1-page paper and get my point across, right? I'm going to work smart, not hard, right? So school teaches a lot of us a lot of the wrong things, right? And it takes a lot to change that up and to start thinking a different way, change your mindset, right? So look at this. Rich modeled our successful ads. He ran a very similar ad to the one I was running, right? We're going to show you guys how to copy our ads as well, so don't worry about that. He started making sales. He spent about $467 and made over $3,700. All right. He almost 10x'd his money. Same idea, right? 30 days. So 8 short months later, here he is quitting his job. Here's our nice post on Facebook about it. 400 people saw that, right? He bought himself a nice new computer. He started traveling the world. He got a nice new laptop there. Here he is. We visited out in Southeast Asia. It was awesome to meet up with you out there, Rich, if you're watching right now. So here's Rich's massive breakthrough. And guys, if this is a point where you're having a breakthrough as well, let me know. Comment breakthrough down below. So very quickly, Rich grew his business without pestering friends or family, right? He realized how full the internet actually was of people who actually want to buy his products. And now he's generating more than a full-time income online, so he can spend his time with his friends, with his family, and not annoy them, right? So that was a huge breakthrough for Rich. And now he's a 40-something-year-old guy with his own online business who almost didn't know how to use a computer a couple of years ago, right? It's a skill set that almost anybody can learn. So once you place your ad on Facebook, what is the next step? So let's do a little recap here, guys. We've covered now the first 3 secrets. Now the secret number 4, we're going to show you guys how to send your audience to an online sales system. All right, so this was Rich's biggest struggle offline. Offline, guys, he was the system. In order to build relationships with and have the opportunity to sell his products to just 10 people out there, he would need to have 10 meetings a day. And if one meeting is 1 hour, he would work 10 hours every single day. He already had a full-time job. How could he do that, right? How could he become successful if he was going to do it the offline way? It was an inefficient business model, guys, and it has been for decades, right? And this is why there's so much bad talk about like work from home or your own business, starting your own small business in general, right? It's difficult to get up and running and start earning like a legitimate income, something that'll allow you to, replace your 9-to-5 or quit your actual job. All right, so Rich couldn't automate himself. His income was purely based on the time that he put in. So he started using something that we created a couple of years ago, right? We didn't create a sales funnel, right? We didn't create the idea of it. We created a sales funnel for ourselves, and Rich simply plugged in to the sales funnel, started using it for his own products as well. So what is this? I mean, guys, this is using social media and sending people to your website, right? So everything in color right here, social media, Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, Google, right? Everything here, this is a series of websites. All right, so let's explain. A sales funnel does everything that people would actually do offline, except it does it on automation, right? When you meet someone in person, you say, hey, what's your name? What's your phone number? What's your email, right? Well, we do that on our website. And then, you wouldn't just say, all right, cool, see ya. I'll call you when I need you, right? No, you're going to give them value. You're going to give a potential customer value, right? And then you're going to follow up with them now that you have their information, and then you're going to close a sale. You're going to make a sale, right? So this is the definition, guys, of working less and earning more, right? Working smarter, not harder, right? Spending less time and making more money, okay? I'm not saying spending 0 time and making $1 million. I'm saying spending less time and making more money. I want to be as real as possible, right, guys? So once somebody sees your ad, what happens next? All right, so here's the simple video funnel. This is the same thing as we were just looking at, right? Just broken down into like website form. All right, so what's going to happen? Someone's going to come from social media, Facebook, Instagram, wherever it is, right? They're going to come through. They're going to click on your ad, click on your link. Are you following me, guys? Following me? Let me know. All right, they're going to click on your ad. They're going to go through to your website. All right, and we're gonna create these websites for you guys. We're gonna show you exactly how to just model the same websites that we have already put in place. All right, they're gonna come to it, a potential customer. They're gonna put in their email address and click sign up. What are they signing up for? Well, something that they actually want and something that you want to give them. So a free course, a free video, a free PDF, a discount code. If you're selling something in the fitness niche, a free workout guide. If you're selling something in the nutrition niche, free recipes, right? If you're selling your espresso or coffee machine, a free pound of coffee, whatever it is, right? Perfect. Everyone's with me? Awesome. Good stuff, guys. So after that, on the next page, once they put in their email, we're going to say, all right, cool. Congrats. You got it. Here's your thing, right? You wanted this thing for free. I'm going to give it to you, right? We're not just going to start and say, hey, come buy our stuff, right? If I see that kind of stuff personally, I X out. I close right out of that. It's a kind of a turnoff, right? Is I want to be educated. I want someone to give me value first before I even think about giving them money, right? So on the thank you page, we say, here's your thing. Here's your video. Here's your PDF. Here's your free ABC XYZ, whatever it is, right? Now, here's your free coupon code, your discount code, etc. Now, what we'll also have there on the thank you page is, hey, here's your free thing, but also take a look at this. And what's this? Well, it's watch now, right? Or take a look now, or check it out now. And it's going to come through to our irresistible offer, right? Hey, you're in the right place right now. Come take a look at what else we have for you, right? Well, this thing, you already have your free thing. Would you like to buy something now? All right, so here's where we put our irresistible offer, okay? This is where we can have a sales video or just a long page of just testimonials and success stories and just any kind of proof that the products and services that we sell, that you sell, actually work, right? Which warms people up. It helps them through the process. It explains to them what results they're actually going to get from whatever product you're selling, all right? Now, a certain percentage of people click on that buy now button, and that's when you get paid, right? So these automated sales funnels, guys, are kind of like wind turbines, right? You with me on this, right? They take a good amount of time and energy and work and construction and engineering and money, right, to get up and running. But guys, once you have something like this put in place, once you have something like this put in place, man, this thing, and all you have to do is turn the social media trigger on, turn that switch on. Man, this process is fun, right? Because it happens on automation, right? You know, these wind turbines, these windmills, they have unlimited energy. And guess what? They don't ask for sick days, all right? Same thing with the sales funnel. So, for example, this one video, right? This took 2 weeks to prepare for. This video, we did this about 1.5 years ago. This took 2 weeks to prepare for. This video took 2 hours to film, and it was watched over 20,000 times. This one video alone made us and our clients over $1.2 million. The video built the relationships. The video sold the products on full automation, right? Well, I was off working on something else. I was off helping some of our newest students get their businesses started, making their first $1,000 online, right? I was off doing something else. I was off walking on a beach. I was out at a nice dinner or traveling around the world, right? I don't say that to brag or to boast. I say that to impress upon you guys what is actually possible when you have something working for you on automation, right? Guess what? It doesn't ask for sick days either, right? When you set up little websites, automated websites online, they don't ask for sick days, right, guys? So what happens if someone watches the video but they don't buy your product? Okay, well, we're prepared. We've got something called an automated email series. All right, we'll send out either emails or messages now on Facebook Messenger, right? A lot of you guys might have received a message on Messenger or an email to attend a web class like this, right? So on average, if you guys are taking notes, it takes 7 follow-ups before somebody buys, right? It takes 7 follow-ups for a lot of things in life, right? Some of you might be wondering, like, hey, I don't like, why, like I keep going on all these interviews, but why don't I get the job? Well, guys, have you tried following up with the person you interviewed with, right? You do that 7 times and you're way more likely to get the job than not, right? So we don't give up, but we put little robots in our places to not give up for us, right? Is we just write the email series 1 time, right? 1 email a day for 7 days, right? And then every single time someone comes through here and they put in their email, they're going to start on day 1. And I wrote the emails a year ago, all right? This all makes sense, guys, coming together. So this is the modern day automated mailman, right? Instead of calling people time after time, knocking doors, meeting up in person, we write emails once, send them an automation, not just for us, but for our clients too, and our students too, that join up with CEO Movement, right? For example, on a web class like this. So this is exactly how we've been teaching our community of over 1,200 people now how to start a freedom business. A freedom business is something that allows you to work from home, travel the world, and realistically do whatever the hell you want, right? A freedom business is something that's going to free you out of the 9 to 5, free you out of the daily grind, the rat race, the job, right? That's what a freedom business is, right? And then we've got plans for after that as well. So stick around, guys. How powerful is that, though? Comment powerful down below. If you're starting to see the power right now, guys, let me know. All right. So this is how average people are doing this. Cheer up, America. 1,700 people are becoming millionaires every single day. And I know there's an extremely proportionate number to this up in Canada, out in the UK. I think the UK has the most millionaires per capita right now. So for the entire population, the UK is creating the most millionaires on a daily basis, right? America, 1,700 every day. Canada, same proportionate number, right? And it's, look at these guys, right? These are some of the ones that are doing it, right? So, right, everyone's commenting powerful, powerful down below. So let's recap, guys. Secret 1, secret 2, secret 3. And now you know, from an irresistible offer to matching that offer to an audience, to putting an ad in front of that audience, and to sending them through an automated system. Those are the main key components of getting a business up and running. Now, secret number 5, I'm going to share with you guys in just a bit. But at this point, guys, let me ask you a question. How many of you are feeling just a little bit overwhelmed because we've covered so much? Now, I'm going to jump out of my screen share for 1 second here, sipping on my coconut. Got to stay hydrated during these web classes. So let me know, guys, if you maybe you're feeling a little overwhelmed, and let us know down below if you have any questions, any comments so far. I'm reading through all the comments right now. All I see is positivity. Let me know. Whitney says overwhelmed. Okay. Whitney says overwhelmed. All right. Let me know, guys. Whitney, do you have any questions, comments so far? All right, so I'm going to jump back in to the screen share. All right, guys, let us know also your biggest takeaway. Let me know what you've taken from this web class so far. All right, And just before we conclude, I want to share with you guys what CEO Movement is all about. So if I have your permission, let me know. Comment permission down below. Let me tell you what the biggest problem online today really is. Most of the people succeeding online are the tech ninjas, right? The people that hide out, they hoard their secrets. They don't share it with, the average ones out there, like I used to be 2 years ago, right? These ninjas out there, they know which buttons to press, which order to press them in to actually make a real income online on what we perceive it as is complete autopilot, right? So the truth is, even if they wanted to, most people don't even know where to start, right? But that's why we're all here today, right? So here's exactly how right now, guys, I can help you start on your way to online success, right? And I'm like, I asked at the beginning, are you committed? Are you serious, right? So we're not talking about tomorrow, not next week, not next month, right now, okay? So if you're all with me, guys, I'd like to invite you to learn from us and work closely with us in what we call CEO Movement, Community of Entrepreneurs Online, CEO. So if you guys can comment permission, I see permission down below already. Awesome, guys. Matthew, Greg, Whitney, I'm not sure what I can offer people they want. Awesome, Whitney, I'm going to show you right now. All right. So, all right, guys. So if I have your permission, I'd like to first show you some of our clients that have started working with us in the last year to year and a half. All right. Here's Lily Beth, who earned $2,300 in her first 3 weeks with CEO Movement. She used to work as a jewelry saleswoman. Here's Kevin, who used to work in a tire shop. He made $1,130 within 24 hours. Here's Shannon, who's actually on the web class tonight, and he's going to come on out and share some of his story. He's a former technician, right? He made $1,695 in a single sale, all right? So pay very close attention all the way to the end, guys, and we're going to show you how to get up and running like these familiar faces. All right, here's some of our recent job quitters. We have Mike, who quit his job within 30 days of starting. Bobby, who quit his job within 3 months of starting. Lori, who quit her job 2.5 months into starting. Their businesses, right? Mike, former accountant. Bobby, former landscaper. Lori, former personal trainer. And hundreds more inside our community. So let's dive in. This is what we put in place for you guys, right? I told you at the beginning, I'm going to show you guys a very special opportunity, special offer. Now, here's the deal, right? Very quickly, let me jump out of my screen share and say, full disclaimer, right? You guys can take everything that I just shared for the past 60 minutes and you can go off on your own. Go do that, right? And I hope you succeed, right? But guys, I tried this for 3 years. I tried this from 2013 to 2016. And I had a lot of problems, right? I failed a lot, right? I failed my way to success. And I finally found a mentor up there who could help me get from down here to up here regardless, right? After spending tens of thousands of dollars, after buying all this plastic crap from China, trying to sell it in America, after trying a YouTube channel, blog, affiliate marketing, niche websites, after trying to do drop shipping, after trying a lot, right? So what we put in place here, guys, you don't need it, right? There is a price to it. Right? I got your permission to share it, right? So with that said, let's see. So far, I feel the underlying power in allowing ourselves to take control of our lives instead of procrastinating, Billy. All right. So yeah, guys, with that said, let me dive in to what we have put in place right here. So we've created training. We've created something called CEO Movement, right? This is a private members area. And we've included our private training academy. So that has click-by-click video lessons, which has basic over-the-shoulder training, as well as advanced 10K per month training, right? Once you reach a certain point in your business. We also have set it up in a way where you can earn while you learn. This is not university. Remember, guys, I told you I'm not going to preach to you. I don't want to be that professor dude on a chalkboard, right? I'm going to show you how to take action today and see results tomorrow. I'm going to take action tomorrow and see results the next day, all right? So we also want to help you save time by only learning what you need to know in order to start and grow your own business, profitable business, rather than like going to college or university for 4 years, then getting out and realizing it cost a couple $100,000, and now you need to go find a job, and then you can't even find the job, right? Who's been in that position, right? So here's the first thing we're gonna hand over to you guys tonight on this live training, the Private Training Academy. So inside of the modules, you're gonna discover how to market and sell our #1 converting product picks online. So I know Whitney, you asked earlier, I'm not sure what I can offer people. We're gonna show you within our private members area the exact companies, the exact products that we've literally tested over the past 5+ years, right? We've got hundreds of, really dozens of years of experience across some of the leadership at CEO Movement, probably hundreds if we add it all up. And we are only going to recommend the best products out there. All right, so we do keep that product pick and the companies, the products we work with behind locked doors, and the locked door is gaining access to CEO Movement, or else everybody would be copying what we do and what we teach our students online, right? So we are also going to teach the newest member, the newest CEO in CEO Movement, how to find a market, literally just people online like me, like you, who will happily and easily take their wallets out and buy the products that we show you how to sell. We're going to teach you how to use Facebook advertising to make that match, right, between the market and your product. Remember, between the audience and your product. And we're going to show you how to make money. All right, so what's the next step? Well, it's running ads to the millions of people online who are genuinely looking to purchase your product, right? We're not convincing people, right? We're giving people an opportunity. We're giving people, we're showing people a product that they may or may not want, and the ones that want it are going to buy it, right? And then the ones that don't aren't, and that's good, right? So this is why our membership includes this automated sales and marketing system, the sales funnel. So remember this from earlier, guys? You're going to get one custom made for you. If you want, you get your name and photo on it as well, right? We can customize the hell out of these things for you guys. So that's what you'll get as you're joining up and starting your business with CEO Movement. This is the same exact system that Mike used, who started off the web class with us, the same one that Bobby used, same one that Rich used before. You saw Lily and Lori and Mary and Sarah Joe. I think they're all down below as well, right? So guys, it's the same system, all right? The one that took Bobby from landscaper to job quitter in 3 months. All right, so that brings the value now of $997 plus the $1497 all the way up to $2494 in total value. So now when you join up with CEO Movement, you're gonna have your own online real estate. You're gonna have your own capture page to capture those names and emails, right? Your own thank you page to send people on to your own sales page. AKA when someone clicks on your ad and they continue through to purchase your product, you get paid. Does that make sense? Just come in full circle, guys. Let me know. Let me know if this makes sense or if there's any questions out there. All right, so what else do you need to succeed? Well, that's what we kept on asking ourselves when we were building this entire thing out literally for the newest person online. That's where the focus has always been, is how do we help the newest person get from where they are now to where they want to be? So we said, okay, cool. Well, how about a Facebook community? So again, we got to update this picture right here, but this is where we all get our questions answered ASAP. This is where the leadership is able to provide you with ongoing coaching and mentorship, right? One-on-one kind of style stuff. We can fill you in on important community events. For example, we're having a big CEO Movement meetup event out in California in September. All right, so important events, whether they be online or offline. Community of over 1,200 people now, like-minded individuals that are genuinely here to rally behind you, support you, celebrate your weekly wins. Let me show you, right? So here's Mike earning $8,530 in one day, right? So that was back in, let's see, back in March. We got 38 comments on that, 89 likes just within our community. Here's a vision board post, right? Some of the really the super influential people within our community have taken it upon themselves to create vision boards and share up their vision boards. This is not business, guys. This is personal development and life improvement, right? The average person that joins up with CEO Movement, right? They're going to learn how to start a business online. You know what? They're also going to freaking dramatically change their lives, right? So that's a post there. We have, even when you join up, we'll welcome you into the community. We'll welcome you in, all right? So that's our global Facebook community. And I didn't come up with this price, right? I did not come up with $9.97. We polled our community. We said, hey guys, if you could just let us know, like how much, if we were to charge just for the community, like how much would you be willing to pay just for this Facebook community? And the numbers that came back were all in the $1,000 range, right? So of course, when you could ask a question in a community and literally 5, 10, 20 minutes later, you have 5, 10, 20 answers on that question. And just the one good answer to that can help you go on to make a $1,000 sale, right? Now you guys are seeing the power of that Facebook community, right? But we don't stop, right? We kept on asking ourselves, what can we possibly do to help the newest person succeed when it comes to starting a business online? So guys, have you ever heard of a mastermind? Let me know. Comment mastermind down below if you've ever heard of a mastermind. If not, just say no. Let me know down below. All right. So weekly mastermind training calls. We actually have 3 of these that go on a weekly basis. Not to confuse you or anything, but we have one on Sunday, which is our global call. On Thursdays, we have our US and Canada specific mastermind call. And on Tuesdays, we have something called a 30-day fast track call. So for 3 hours a week, at least, what we have is live training tended towards the questions of the week throughout the community, right? So I see mastermind, yes, no. All right, so we got a lot of yeses and a no or 2. All right, guys, so let me explain. A mastermind group has been around for a long time, right? The phrase was coined by this guy, Napoleon Hill, in his book, Think and Grow Rich. Have any of you guys read that book? Amazing book. A mastermind group is simply a meeting of highly motivated individuals who share common goals and dreams and are looking to encourage and help each other improve, right? So have you ever heard of the saying, like, you know, you put 2 minds together and it's as powerful as 3 minds, right? That's the kind of idea there when it comes to masterminding, right? Is if you put 5 minds together on a video call online, right? It might sound super weird, guys, but this is the kind of stuff we do, right? Mastermind, right? So we put all of our minds together. We come up with amazing ideas, and every single person on these calls benefits. Now, you guys don't have to show up on video day 1, right? What we do is we do this automatically with some of the coaches, some of the leaders within the community, some of the top earners, some of the people hitting their income goals. All of our job quitters come out on masterminds and share their stories, right, of how they did it, right? And you can sit back, relax, and watch and enjoy the show, right? We've got, what, 683 people watched this mastermind back in March, 118 on this one, 566 on this one, 209 real-time comments here, right? So it's a fun experience, guys. So be sure when you join up with CEO Movement, you do show up on Sundays, on Thursdays, on Tuesdays, all right? We'll have all the date and times outlined within our Facebook group. All right, so that's $597 for our weekly team calls. That brings the total value to $4,088 US dollars. So what else do you need to succeed? This is the last thing, guys. How about your very own online business coach? And how about we give it to you for free? So included now, when you join up with CEO Movement today, you're going to get your very own business coach, your very own coach, guys, for a 30-minute one-on-one coaching call. And that's just the beginning. All right. We're going to help you fast track your way to success. Figure out where you are now, where you want to be. And we're going to help custom tailor a plan, set in stone, a business plan to help you get there. Okay. Now, I know I've gotten some notifications already, and some people have joined up already. So let us know in the chat down below if you've joined up. But this bonus is only open for the first 10 people. Of course, we are real people. We have real calendars. So 10 people, we're going to put a cap at it. And when you do come through and join up, I'll show you exactly what it would look like if you're going to secure that coaching call. Now, let's add this all up. Total value, $4,088 for the training academy, the online sales system, the Facebook community, the mastermind calls on a weekly basis, and the 30-minute one-on-one coaching call. Now, of course, we're not going to charge $4,000 for this, guys, but let's just for 1 minute pretend that we did. If all this did was joining up with CEO Movement finally gave you a profitable business that allowed you to fire your boss and do something meaningful with your life, would it be worth it? Let me know, guys. Comment worth it down below if it would be worth it. If all joining up with CEO Movement did for you was give you the kick in the ass to finally get you improving your life, would it be worth it? If all joining CEO Movement did was allow you to live a life of time freedom, location freedom, financial freedom, and just replace your current salary, and then you could work on your laptop wherever in the world you want, as long as there's Wi-Fi, right? Would it be worth it? Just to replace the 9-to-5 job, right? If all this did by joining up with CEO Movement was open up your mind to what is actually possible by simply being a part of a community of entrepreneurs online, a community of positive-minded people with similar goals, similar dreams, earn an income online, and maybe just happen to create some lasting friendships along the way, would it be worth it? Right? Because I know when I joined up, when I started online, I did not have the best relationships online or offline, right? My coworkers, right? All my friends who had jobs, right? You are the average of the 5 people you surround yourself with. When you can meet inspirational people in a community that are doing amazing things, making multiple 5 figures a month, right? That's the kind of stuff that changed the perspective for me. It's like, if this guy that just dropped out of college, who's 19 years old, can make 10 grand a month, shit, I can do anything, right? So, guys, what if you just made half? For example, Adam, who used to work as a financial underwriter. For 10 years, he was part of a company where he would underwrite loans. He quit his job after starting with CEO Movement. He earned $3,600 while on vacation for 5 days in Spain, right? Here's Mike, who made $8,500 in a day. I think you saw him already. Rich, who earned $16,288 in a single month. And guess what? For 10 days out of this month, Rich was on a cruise ship, cruising from the UK to Miami, Florida, and back, right? So if you just made half of what these guys and girls made, would it be worth it? Now, I see everyone saying worth it, 100% worth it, totally worth it in the comments, right? So guys, let's be real. We're never going to charge a beginner just looking to start an online business $4,000, because personally, I would never pay that, right? I would have never paid that. I might now, right? But myself and other 6-figure earners in CEO Movement have easily handed out that much money on courses, trainings, softwares, events, and higher level mentorship. Easily $4,000, more like $40,000, right? So guys, why would we be willing to do that personally? Because we've been in the exact place where you guys are at right now. Wherever you're at, we've been there, right? Because as somebody who used to earn $0 a year online, and now someone who earns 6 figures per year online, I personally understand, I can speak for all of us, we understand that there's nothing more valuable than not just the education, but when that education is combined with mentorship. And this is the big key here, guys. This should be a big takeaway for you guys, is education's great, right? But mentorship is where you really create the success that you want, right? You can go watch videos all day long on how to be a professional kickboxer, right? Professional MMA or boxer, right? But until you actually get in the ring and you have a coach, you have a mentor, right? You're going to suck. You're just going to be watching YouTube videos on how to kick and how to punch, right? You got to get in the ring and have someone actually help you, right? So, guys, when education is combined with mentorship, that's the value, okay? So you can see what's a good deal at $4,000. Typically, we charge $1,000. For the general public on our website, $997, right? You could if you wanted to check out there. But because you guys are watching live, you've learned the basics already. You've learned the 4 secrets out of 5 so far. You're watching live. We're going to drop the price down to $99, limited time. This will not stick around forever. Limited time, one-time investment. That won't stick around forever. All right, guys? So what you can do is click on that green button down below, and it'll open up a new tab. I'll show you exactly what it looks like, actually. So I can basically just drag this guy right on over, and should be live there. So here's the green button, guys. You can also come down, read up a couple more success stories here. All right. Or click on this button down at the bottom. And this is going to open up the enrollment form. So all you're going to do here is type in your name, type in your email address, just type in testing. All right, so you guys are going to put your real name, your real email here. You're going to go on to step 2. Now, before you put in your payment info, guys, come on down, and if this button is still here, click on this button and claim your free coaching call. All right, and then come through and put your information up here and complete your order. All right, you can review everything on the right side here, the total value and everything we've discussed. The Private Training Academy. Let me zoom in just a little bit for you guys, especially if you're on mobile. All right. The Private Training Academy, the automated system, the global Facebook community, the weekly mastermind calls, 3 of them on a weekly basis, and a 30-minute one-on-one coaching call with an expert coach. All right. Depending what country you're in, you might be able to pay with PayPal. So there'll be an option right down here if you guys want to use that. All right. We've got some amazing testimonial videos right here. Come through and watch some of these. Good thing they're on mute right now. All right, so here's Julia, here's Shannon, here's Josh, and here's Adam sharing some love for CEO Movement and how it's impacted and influenced and changed completely their lives. So you guys come through and watch these videos. They're a minute or 2 each. All right. Now, I do want to touch on one more thing is our money-back guarantee, 14-day action-based money-back guarantee. So let me show you what I mean by that. Again, guys, if you're on the web class right here, let's see if I refresh my page. Let's see if we load up live. There we go. We're live now. So totally worth it. 100% worth it. Awesome, guys. So when you come down and click on this green button, it'll pop up in a new page. All right, so you can do that on desktop or on mobile. All right, guys. So back over to the last couple slides. Then we got some awesome faces to bring out. So click on that green button down below, guys, for literally the cost of a cup of coffee a month. Cost a cup of coffee a month per day for a month. Get started with CEO Movement. You can see why it's an absolute no-brainer. You guys know exactly what you're getting: the training academy, the sales system, the Facebook community, the mastermind calls, the one-on-one coaching call. Total value $4,088. For the first 10 people, you guys know you're going to get a 30-minute one-on-one coaching call. I see a bunch of you guys have already joined up. You're going to get that coaching call for free. So get started today. $99, guys. Now, one final piece of advice. At this point, there's 2 types of people watching, realistically, right? If I go pull up on another screen, all of our new members, I can see a bunch of names here, right? Let me scroll down and see who's with us right now. And let me just explain to you guys, these are the action takers. So I see Brian and Dominique and Jamie and Natalie and Mitch and Bianca, Amanda, Alexis, right? So you guys, Fernando, right? You guys are all the action takers. Type 2, you guys are still watching this web class. You're the professional learner. You're the procrastinator, right? Now, there's nothing bad about being a procrastinator or a professional learner as long as you recognize and as long as you change things up and you take action. right? I procrastinate. I'm sure I procrastinate a couple times a week, right? Now, I change shit up and I take action once I know that procrastinating isn't going to get me anywhere, right? So, as my best friend, Napoleon Hill, once said, just kidding. Napoleon Hill wrote the book, Think and Grow Rich. Amazing, amazing author. This was back in the 1920s. He's a mentor of mine, right? A virtual mentor from 100 years ago. He said in his book, Think and Grow Rich, pay attention to this, guys, if you're taking notes, right? Successful people make decisions quickly as soon as all the facts are available and change them very slowly, if ever. Unsuccessful people make decisions very slowly and change them often and quickly. All right, guys? So I told you my story already. I tried a YouTube channel, and then it took me a while to change my mind. So I tried blogging. Then it took me a while to change my mind, right? And then I tried affiliate products, then niche products, then Amazon, then this, then that, then the other, right? And I kept changing up my mind, and it took me a long time to make a decision. Once I put one business model in front of me, and I can say the same for all the job quitters within CEO Movement, all the people who have made their first $1,000 a month, their first $2,000, $5,000, $10,000 a month, every single guy, every single girl who has came through and started a business with CEO Movement has become successful by making a decision quickly, by joining up, by clicking on that green button, by joining up quickly. And then you know what? They didn't change their minds, right? They said, you know what? I'm going to do this. I'm going to be the next success story. I'm going to be the next one of these guys and girls right here, right? I'm going to be the next one, right? And we've got another dozen of these videos where they came from, all right? So, guys, that leads me to the final secret to success on tonight's web class is take action, all right? Just take action. If you're type 1, you guys know what to do next, right? If you're the action takers, you click on the green button down below, put in your name, your email, put in your payment info. If you want to check out with PayPal, you can do that. The first thing you're going to do is you're going to receive module number 1. You're going to go through that and book your coaching call with your coach. Right, guys? And then we're going to walk you through the next step. So if you're type 2, honestly, I genuinely hope you enjoy this web class. But unfortunately, we're not going to be able to help you or anybody not willing to take action upon changing their lives. Right? I can't teach someone how to run a marathon if they won't take a damn step. Right? I can't teach someone how to run a mile if they won't take a step. Right? So guys, realistically, if you want to get started, if you want to start working with our coaching, with our mentorship, go through any of our training, get set on your path to start earning a real income with a real business online, guys, you got to take action, right? Otherwise, this is what's going to happen, right? You've got 2 choices. 1, do nothing. Don't take this leap of faith. It's 100% risk-free. I mean, theoretically, in my opinion, the risk is going to bed tonight and tomorrow waking up being the same person as you have been for the past year, 2, 5, 10 years, right? That's a pretty risky thing, is having a job, right? Is someone else being in complete control of your income. With a snap of a finger, you could say, you're fired, you're done, I'm not paying you anymore, right? That's risky. Being able to design your own income, for me, that's risk-free because I'm in full control. I'm in full control if I make $1, if I make $1,000, if I make $10,000, if I make $100,000, if I make $1 million, right? I'm in full control of my own income. That's not risky at all, right? So anyways, you could do nothing, not take the leap of faith, or the second option, you could pony up the small investment today compared to all of the value that you're going to get in return, and just give it a shot, guys. Like, if it works, great. If not, just ask for your money back and you'll get it, right? So we have a 14-day money-back guarantee. This is an action-based money-back guarantee. So you join up, you work your way through the first module, you get on your coaching call, and things aren't working out, guys, just ask and we'll send you your $99 right back on over, right? We'll even let you keep the training. We believe so strongly in what we do that realistically, guys, every single person that joins up is in the best possible position to start a business online, but it all comes down to if you're ready, right? So remember this slide from the beginning? I'm going to show you how to ethically steal our $1 million sales system, guys. That's what we put in place for you. That's exactly what we put in place. Now you guys have access to it for 99 bucks. So with that said, guys, I'm going to jump on out if I can find it. My screen share. All right, here we go. Perfect. So let's see, how are you guys doing in the comments? What's new? Let's see if I see Shannon and Sarah Jo and Lori and Mike. You guys all want to pop on out, turn your cameras on, turn your mics on. I see a bunch of good questions here. I see awesome Rachel. Welcome to the team, Rachel. I see Tony says, once we submit payment, once we join, what's the first step? Tony, you're literally on the next page. Let's see if I can show you guys what it looks like without giving you too much. All right. So on the next page, you're going to see something that looks just like this. Put that there, put that there. This is what it's going to look like next, Tony. So it's going to say, congrats, you're in. Dear fellow CEO, by joining up with CEO Movement, you've just unlocked access to our streamlined process designed specifically to help our students generate a real income online and design their own lifestyles, right? You're going to read through the rest of this little letter here. You're going to add your coach, your personal coach on Facebook, and you're going to move on right here and create your private members account. All right, does that all make sense? So you're going to create a private members account right here, and then you're going to log in. At that point, you're going to complete module 1, and then you're going to jump on a coaching call. So it is really important that you do connect with your coach one way or the other. We find Facebook is typically the best option. All right, does that all make sense for you, Tony? Greg, how long will the payment be? 99? We're not sure on that, Greg. Not sure. At any point, it might increase. Haven't made the decision yet, but Sasha did. Sasha said, I have made my decision. Awesome, Sasha. Welcome aboard. Bianca, will you have another class like this again? We might, Bianca, right? We do these every once in a while. We might do one in a couple Wednesdays from now, whenever the time is right. But Bianca, what we have actually right now is we're going to keep this class available. Since I know we did have a few people join up with us a little late. What is it, like the World Cup and what's going on right now? Mike, was there a game today? I don't know. Some people joined up a little late. So what we're going to do is going to keep a replay up until it's, if you're watching, it's Wednesday night right now. So we're going to keep this up until Sunday. We'll keep it up until Sunday at midnight or Saturday at midnight. Mike, have we decided? We'll do Sunday at midnight. So you got Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and part of Sunday. So like 72 hours, like three and a half days, Bianca. And then we're going to shut the deal down, and you won't be able to join up for the 99 at that point on this page. So that, I hope that answers your question there. You know, we've got tons of new members joining up, guys, as we have a lot of coaching calls to do. We really like to meet everybody one-on-one and work with them inside their business. So, Mike, with that said, man, I'm going to hand things off to you and let you finish things off. But I appreciate you having me out for your audience tonight. And I'll send it back to the other side of the world to you, my friend.
Got it. Awesome. Killer presentation, Rob. Awesome engagement in the crowd tonight, guys. Thank you so much. You guys were very engaged, asking lots of questions. Seems to most of you understood it. Awesome. And again, welcome to all the new members. We're looking forward to working with all of you and helping you live that online laptop lifestyle. So what we're going to be doing now is sharing some stories about each other and what CEO Movement has done for us. To start off, I am going to hand it to the action sport enthusiast. This guy cranks out double backflips on his bike. If you don't follow him, you should probably follow him on Instagram. He's got some pretty cool tricks on that bike. I know if I was on it, I'd probably kill myself. But without further ado, Shannon, what is up, my man?
Hang on. Sorry there. I was stuck on mute. Mike, brother, how are you?
Good, man. Good. What is up?
Dude, loving it. Another epic masterclass tonight. Good to see everyone. All right, so everyone that's been on the call tonight, my name is Shannon Hite, and a little bit about myself. Ever since I was a wee little boy, I've always been super involved with action sports, bicycles, motocross, stuff like that. I actually have a twin brother, right? So there's another one of me, and it's kind of like battling against myself, right? It's pretty funny. And he's my best friend, but my biggest competition at the same time. Because of that, we've been able to push each other and progress and come a long ways. And you know, at growing up, going through school, high school, all that stuff, I was just like I was focused on what I wanted to do, right? I knew I wanted to be involved in action sports, and I knew, like, okay, my lifelong goal is I want to be a professional, you know, motocross athlete. I want to do, you know, I want to be in X Games. I want to do all this stuff, right? Long story short, what had happened is due to accident and injury, I cannot continue down that path. So what I had to do was go get a normal job, like, you know, 99% of the world does out there, and you know, bounced around job to job and seeing where I was able to fit in. And I ended up building a super solid foundation for myself in CNC machining. And for those of you that don't know CNC machining, what that is it stands for computer numerical controlled machines, right? So basically what I did is I programmed these big, you know, $250,000, $500,000 machines. I programmed them and told them exactly what to do and how to do it in order to manufacture the product of whatever we were making at the time. And you know, I made aerospace products for like SpaceX and all kinds of gnarly stuff, carbon fiber parts, and it was really cool. I loved what I was doing, but at the same time too, is I was spending so much of my time, right, for money. I was trading time for money, just like we went over back and forth, and it was really cool. And I had a, you know, super solid foundation underneath myself. The company was great that I worked for. They paid me really well and all this stuff, but like I didn't want to keep doing that for the rest of my life, because I was working, you know, 50, 60 plus hours a week, and I was working 6-day weeks, 10-hour days, to have one day off, and that day off was generally, you know, to basically recover, to prep, to get back for the next week. And I wasn't able to continue to do the things that I like doing, like riding bicycles or riding motocross and all that stuff. So I knew that I needed to find a way out. And I was always very open to, you know, working online, working for myself, building something for myself. I just didn't know how to get started, right? And it wasn't until I came across, it was actually one of Rob's ads. Rob, at the time, I came across this ad. It's like, I'm not joking you. It's like 1 in the morning, right? And I'm laying in bed thinking to myself, like, what am I going to do? Like, what will, you know, get me out of what I'm doing right now? And I came across Rob's ad, and at the time, Rob was in Thailand. He's like walking down the beach in Thailand, explaining how he was able to make an income online and travel the world and buy these one-way tickets and just do whatever he wanted to do. And I was like, dude, I want that. Like that sounds amazing. Like, how does he do that? And, you know, in that same sense, I was a little teeny bit skeptical, but that's only because I was uneducated on how it all worked. So what I had done is I reached out to Rob, and I ended up getting on a call with Rob at like 1:30 in the morning. We talked for roughly about an hour or so. Everything made perfect sense. And he sent me this link and said, if you want to know more and you want to be, you know, about this lifestyle, here's a link. Sign up for this. It's going to take you through a web class similar to the one that you guys just watched right now. That was a little over a year ago, so it's slightly changed, but, you know, nonetheless the same thing. And everything made perfect sense to me, right? So what had happened is, as soon as I finished that, I went all in. So I went from a year ago, you know, being a CNC setup machinist, working 10 to 12 hours a day, roughly about 60 hours a week, you know, 5-6 days a week. I would end up working my 6th day because that was like OT, and, you know, I would get more money and stuff, but I didn't want to keep doing that. I didn't want to keep working my butt off all week long to have one day off to go try to enjoy myself for one day, right? I wouldn't even do that. That would be my day of recovery to get back and prep for the other weeks. So, and it was really pulling me away from the things that I was super passionate about, you know? And it wasn't until I plugged into the CEO movement that things really started to change, you know? Now I'll say a little over a year later, like I'm definitely living the lifestyle that I want to live. I definitely have a lot more, you know, time and financial freedom to myself. Yeah, making money online, that's really cool. But the bigger picture is like I have the time. I have the time to do what I want to do. I just spent, so like Mike said, great introduction, Mike, I appreciate it. I'm super involved with action sports, and I spent the past, from Thursday to Sunday, I was at this, it's basically like the Disneyland of action sports. It's called Woodward. Woodward West in Tehachapi. I went out there with a lot of really good friends of mine, and they're all training and prepping for X Games. And they're going to be riding X Games and stuff. So I got to go out and ride with them and do a lot of really cool things. And, you know, if I wasn't involved in the CEO movement, I wouldn't have that. I wouldn't have the time to do that. I wouldn't have the finances to do that. And that's allowed me, you know, being a part of this, learning the skill set and doing the things that I do, it's really allowed me to, you know, build and structure the lifestyle that I want to live, right? And that's what this is all about. It doesn't matter if you guys want to, you know, chase your passions or travel the world or spend more time with friends and family. Like look at the board of people below us. So Sarah wants to spend more time with her kids, and same thing with Lori wants to be able to travel the world more and spend more time with people involved in the community. And same thing with Mike. Mike wants to travel the world like he's always done. Mike, you're still supposed to travel out to my house, brother. You're supposed to come out here and spend some time with me. But nonetheless, we all have these different goals and ambitions, but we're all plugging into the same system that's going to allow us to get there, right? We learn the skill set, and on top of that, from the skill set, what we're doing is we empower people to empower people. And we build this super, super awesome network and business, and it's just the most amazing things happen from it. And I guess the last thing that I can end this with is, more than the time freedom and financial freedom, the coolest thing that I've gotten out of the CEO movement is that I would say more than 50% of this is personal development to be the best person that you can ever be. Like where I am now is completely different where I was a year ago. And everyone on the panel will back me on that. Just the things that we've all gone through and like the development, it's just been super amazing. So that being said, I'm going to say, you are only one decision away from a completely different life. That is it. Mike, take it over, brother. Let's hand it off to someone else.
Awesome stuff, Shannon. Thank you so much for sharing your story. Inspirational stuff. All right, for our next guest, I'm going to ask the creative wizard to come out. This girl does it all. Makes art, plays guitar. Huge inspiration to me because I don't know how she does it personally, but I'm mind blown every single time I see some of her content. Sarah, how's it going tonight?
I'm doing great, thank you. So happy Wednesday, guys. My name is Sarah Jill Ashcroft Fitzsilly, and I'm 22 years old, and I've lived in Utah for my entire life, not for much longer though. So first off, I just want to talk about the CEO community, which has been one of my favorite parts about this entire thing. So ever since I joined, anytime that I've had any questions or needed any help or just wanted to talk to like-minded entrepreneurs from all over the world, I've literally had all of that at my fingertips. And the training is really easy to follow. It's click by click. So for someone that didn't have any online or computer experience at all, it was very simple. And that on top, and also the coaching, it's been a huge, tremendous help getting my business up and running. For me personally, it kind of feels like I've enrolled for enrolled into an online entrepreneurship school. If I would have known the value that I would be getting out of this before I joined, I would have been willing to pay way more than the $99. The fact that it's $99, to me, that's like a miracle. Okay, so it's been awesome. This is such an amazing community, and the value shared is amazing. So my personal story, though, starts in December of 2017. I was working as an assistant manager at a Little Caesars pizza shop. I had been there for about 5 years. And I was also selling my art, mostly portraits, dream catchers, hats, jewelry, that kind of stuff. And even though I was getting enough requests, I wasn't making enough money because I was just making about $5 an hour because of the time and effort I would spend making my art. So I was looking for a job for quite a long time. Obviously something better than Little Caesars. And literally days before I found the CEO movement, I had found out I had gotten a job offer for a calling company that I would be able to actually work from home after the training was done with, and they would provide a computer and a phone and everything you needed, which was ideal at the time because I could stay home with my daughter, and also because I didn't even have a computer. But then I came across Mike Hale's very convincing ad on Facebook, and I watched the webinar more than once, and I did as much research into the CEO movement as I possibly could. And my thoughts were, would I rather work a job on the phone and be stuck at home for 8 hours a day, 5 days a week, and be home with my daughter, but not actually be there with her mentally, and be doing boring and uninspiring and repetitive work, which isn't ideal for me at all? Or I could build a business of my own, something that I would be able to have complete control over and be able to work whenever I wanted to, and also wherever I wanted to, and be able to change my life and my family's life, but also be able to help other people change their lives. And then on top of all of that, be able to sell something that I am absolutely passionate about. I mean, for me, this is the real deal. This is everything that I need to be able to build my dream life. This is such a blessing that I found this opportunity at such a young age, to be honest. But yeah, so I think anybody in my position would choose the latter. So I declined that job offer, and I started working on my business online. But when I first started, my family was pretty much living paycheck to paycheck. I didn't have a laptop or a computer at my house. I didn't have Wi-Fi. All I had was this dinky phone that had data that literally only worked at night when half the rest of the town was asleep, or when the college students were gone during the summer. But yeah, so I would go to the library or the college or my mother's house, anywhere that had a computer and Wi-Fi so that I could work on my business. There was a day in January that I literally sat in the snow on the library porch just so I could watch one of the live Sunday masterminds, which are so amazingly motivational, by the way. Every time that I watch one, it reminds me of how amazing this community actually is, and it's just the perfect start to my week. But yeah, a quote that has always stuck with me since I started my business is that it's not a lack of resources, it's a lack of resourcefulness that stops most people from succeeding. So I literally sold my car and I bought myself a laptop and I got Wi-Fi at my house, and here I am running my own online business at home, and I am watching my daughter grow up and I'm not missing any of it. And I'm able to now focus on my art more. I'm able to focus on my music and on my health. This is literally my ticket to my dream life. So yeah, I'm so thankful for this opportunity, and I just want to thank the leaders in the community for all of their help and inspiration. This has really changed my life. So yeah, that's all I got. Thank you, guys.
Awesome, Sarah. Motivational stuff. Absolutely love your story every time I hear it. Just you put an amazing work, put an amazing hustle, and the world truly is your oyster. And last but not least, I'm going to bring out the health and wellness expert. This lady, she's truly amazing as well. I know when she joined, she told me she didn't really know how to use a computer at all, and now is pretty much a tech wizard. without further ado, Lori, how is it going tonight?
Awesome, Mike.
Love the shirt. Love the shirt.
Thank you. So, all right. So, hello, everybody. I want to give you a little bit of backstory, I guess you could say, before I joined CEO Movement. So, I was a stay-at-home mom for many years, and then the economy tanked, and it totally destroyed my husband's business temporarily for several years. It was really awful. We were living off of savings because there was no income for a couple of years. Thank goodness we had the savings. But when that happened, I knew that I never, ever wanted to live like that again because I was so afraid that we were going to lose everything. It was just the scariest time. I don't know if you guys remember that, but people were losing their houses left and right. People were going bankrupt. It was awful. So I did a couple of things. One thing was I tried some other companies, and I worked with 4 other companies before I found CEO Movement. But I also went back to school and I got certified as a personal trainer because, as Mike said, I am a health and wellness nut. And that's because my parents died really young. My mom had cancer for many years, and I'm all about prevention and being super healthy. So I went back to school, got certified as a personal trainer, worked in a gym for a year, really didn't like working for anybody else. I've never liked working for anybody else. So I tried a couple of other businesses and left them for different reasons. Products weren't up to my standards, didn't like the people, all sorts of reasons. And then my son, Rob, who was doing this presentation, he was asking me questions about my previous business. He was saying, Mom, how much money are you making? What are you doing? What's going on? And at this point, he was over in Southeast Asia, and I knew that he had started something, but I didn't know all of the ins and outs of it. So when we got down to the nitty-gritty, I told him how much I was making, and he told me, Mom, the reason you're not making any money or not enough money is because you're selling low ticket items for a low commission. He said, I'm selling high ticket items for a high commission. And he said, if you really want to make money and you want to retire Dad, because I know that's your goal, then why don't you join me? So he actually invited me to go visit him. And last year, he and I share Mother's Day and his birthday once every 7 years. So he invited me to go out and visit him. And I did for 2 weeks. And I got the whole scoop from him and the other founders as to what the CEO Movement was all about. And when I came home, I was in charge of opening up all of his mail and depositing all of his checks. And holy cow, he was making 5 times more than I had been making in my previous company for the past 2.5 years. And at that point, I called him up and I said, okay, you're really making some serious money. I'm ready to jump ship from where I was and ready to jump on board with you. And he got me started. And I have been nothing but amazed. This community is so supportive. I have not come across any community with the other 4 businesses that I was in that comes even close with support. The training is amazing. With all the other companies that I worked for, I had to run around and go do house parties and all sorts of things, and it would take me a minimum of 3 to 6 hours. Then I would have to come home and put orders in the computer. It was ridiculous with the amount of time I was physically running around, and it was getting quite exhausting. So I jumped on board, and I was going to say also, I'm the very first parent who has joined CEO Movement. So I've always been an out-of-the-box thinker, and I'm super happy to be the only parent. It's really awesome working with everybody in this community. As I said, the support is unbelievable. People will reach out to help you from all over the world. Now I've worked my way up to a leadership position, and I'm now able to help other people to do the same. And I've built a really nice team. I'm able to collaborate with, you guys saw a picture of Lily before, the young lady who was doing jewelry sales. She and I have created the 30-day fast track program, excuse me, that Rob was talking about earlier. And what we do is we have 4 calls a month, and we help all the new members to get their business on the fast track. With our calls, we simplify everything within our community, and we help all the new members to get their businesses up and running, which is fantastic. And I also do the US Mastermind calls with both Mike and Shannon and some of the other leaders that are in the US and Canada. So we are just having a great time here. And the most rewarding part to me of this entire business is helping other people to grow personally and to start to live their dream lifestyle. And it's just so, so fun and absolutely so rewarding to me. I just love it. So if you guys are on the fence, I just can't say enough about this community. As I said, the collaboration from all across the globe, the way people will jump out and help you, it's just unbelievable. So if you guys are on the fence, I hope you'll jump on over to this side, because this is the best thing that has ever happened to me aside from getting married and having my kids. So it's awesome. So I hope to see all of you guys on the inside. Hope to see you in the 30-day fast track and on the mastermind calls. And that's all I've got for you guys. Thank you for having me out.
Awesome stuff, Lori. Thank you so much for sharing your story. Again, very inspirational stuff. And who would have guessed, just listening to your son and the life you would be living from that. Awesome, awesome. So, guys, everybody has told you their story. I guess I will wrap up this presentation by telling you a bit more about myself and my story. So, again, my name's Mike, and I'm from a super small town in Canada. It's called Nelson, BC. It's a small town of about 10,000 people, filled with nothing but hippies. And growing up, I was told, like most kids, you know, Mike, you got to go off to school. You got to get a nice college education to get a job and, you know, earn the big bucks and work for somebody else. And I'm the youngest on both sides of my family. And nobody else in my entire family, both sides of the family, except for my brother, had gone off to university. Now, I didn't grow up with a whole lot of money, so I had to bust my butt in order to get there in the first place. What I did was I kind of have that bulldog mentality of just, if I put my mind to something, I will stop at absolutely nothing and to get what I want. So school-wise, I busted my butt in school. I did graduate at the top of my class, which allowed me to get a scholarship in order to go off to the school. And I was also working 50 to 60 hour weeks at my local golf course as well, across 2 different departments. Often I would work 16-hour days of cutting the grass. I'd get up at 5 in the morning, go cut the grass and do maintenance from 6 to 2, and then would work the pro shop. So then I would be in charge of booking tee times and all that. Then I worked from 2 to close. So from 6 till usually 10 p.m. were the shifts that I would work in the summer. And I didn't get paid overtime or anything like that because the course couldn't afford to do that. So I work at a steady rate of about, I think it was $8.75, and I worked my way up to $9.25 an hour to do that. And then I got to university. I moved up to Edmonton, Alberta. Originally wanted to be a pharmacist. That didn't work out my first semester, so I quickly changed gears and actually eventually got a big expensive piece of paper that said I was good at counting numbers, and I was an accountant. And out the gate, you know, I did okay at university as well. And I thought, you know, since I've always done good, I would be able to get a job okay. Well, that was not the case. I was actually in the co-op program as well, so that's where you work and go to school at the same time. And I had to drop out of that because I couldn't get a job for my last work term. And then out of school, I fired off like 300 different resumes, got about 10 interviews. And at the end of the day, I got 1 job offer. and that was to work for Canada Revenue Agency, which is the big bad tax guy. So I was the big bad tax guy auditing businesses in the States. That's the IRS. And right out the gate, guys, I knew this was not for me. Pretty much the moment I walked into that building. For one, I was told the job I was hired for, I wasn't even working for 3 months. I was actually working in the call center first for 3 months. And then when I did get down to the audit floor, I was just surrounded by nothing but negativity, nothing but old people, like not old people, but people in like their 40s and 50s who were literally just counting down the days until they can retire and cash out their pension, and just very lifeless. Just that office just had a vibe where it was just Mondays were beyond depressing. Tuesdays had no feel. Wednesday was hump day. Thursday, there's a little bit of energy. And then Friday, of course, everybody's excited. And just right out the gate, I was like, this is not for me. I cannot stand being here. And how the hell am I going to be here for the next 30 years of my life? So I quickly started looking for other options. Now, about 4 years ago, I read this book. It was Tim Ferriss's 4-Hour Workweek. And that really planted the seed in my head about starting up an online business. But I never actually took any action on that. I made no effort whatsoever, primarily because I was still getting my CPA as well. That was even more advanced education for accounting that was supposed to be beneficial to me. And I just had no times at the end of the day because I was beyond depressed, going to work and then not even having enough energy to do anything outside of work. And really, I spent 3.5 years of my life punching in a clock, going home, and pretty much sleeping because I had no energy. I was very depressed. Eventually, I was still good at my job. I was still good at my job, but the problem is my boss. I was working for a very, very difficult boss who liked to criticize me every single day. And after about a year of taking straight criticism, working my job, 10 other people's job, my boss's job, my body just completely shut down. Like, I literally just got up from my desk. I said I couldn't take this anymore, and I walked out and I went to my doctor, and he placed me on stress leave for depression. And this was in January of 2017. Now, I've been battling depression the better part of my life since I was around 16. It would go on and off, but this was like rock bottom. I was told I can't work. I have to get my health back. So I spent a good 4 or 5 months getting my health back in order. And I made a decision. There was 2 things that were making me miserable. One was my job, and 2 was where I was living. So I decided to take action and change one of them. And that was, I moved cities. I drove 3 hours down the road from Edmonton to Calgary and moved down here with no jobs lined up, but a couple interviews. So one of the interviews was for the same company I'd been working for 4 years, but this was for a lower level position. So you imagine you're working for a company for 4 years and you move cities and you're applying for a lower level job that you've been working for 4 years. You like to assume you get that right. Well, I had the interview, and lo and behold, they told me I didn't get the position, and I was furious. I was like, what is this BS? And that was the first time in my life I've been flat out of my ass not knowing what I'm going to do, because I was always on this straight line of, school, job, blah, blah, blah. And this first time, my 27-year life, I was like, what am I going to do now? Well, it was seemingly miraculously, and 2 hours after that, I saw an ad on Instagram for a presentation that was very similar to this, but it has changed over the years. And when I watched that presentation, it felt like angels had come down from the sky and finally had given me this online business that I'd been dreaming about for 4 years. I immediately joined up. I immediately took action right away. I started connecting with my coach. I started connecting with the community. It was just finally being surrounded by people who thought like me, who had that entrepreneurial mindset and who were action takers and working for themselves and just doing whatever it was possible to help out each other. So I just loved everything about it right out the gate. I just plugged into the system. I plugged into the coaching. I plugged into the training videos. I took massive action. And now I've created a life that I always dreamed about, being able to travel around the world, work from a laptop. I had never left North America prior to starting my business. Literally, I'm from BC. I moved to Alberta, and the only other place I had really been in the States is like Spokane, Washington, which is right below BC. So 3 hours away from my house, not that exciting. Never got to travel growing up because my parent, one, for the money, two, my parents don't like traveling either. And since I've started up my online business, I've been able to go live abroad in Budapest for a month. I've gone down to California, which I always dreamed about going down, got to spend some weeks out there while also going up to Seattle to see my brother for a couple of weeks. And then I've lived in Vietnam for 3 months, and all while running a business online. So if I'm able to do this, the thing is, why can't you? All the tools and resources are out there for everybody to use. It's just a matter of, are you going to take that action? And do you have that willpower? Do you have that drive to want to actually change your future? Because if you do, you're in the right spot. And I'm so looking forward to working with you if you are. And that is my story, guys. I'll just leave you with a little quote here from Kevin Trudeau. If you want things in your life to change, you're going to have to change things in your life. Now, for me, that was the 9-to-5 grind. That was the thing that most people of us have been told to do. And just like, you have to think differently if you want different results as well. So for all those who have joined up tonight, congratulations. So looking forward to working with you and helping you build the lifestyle that you want to live. And for all the others, I hope you enjoyed this presentation. You guys got tons of value out of it. Thank you all for watching. Hope you have an amazing evening, and love and appreciate you all for watching. Take care. Bye.